Hi class 7, welcome back to the physics class. So today we are going to start with a new topic, that is the types of motion. Okay, now till now we have known about the motions and the basic types of motions. Now all those kind of 8 types of motion, they can be broadly classified into two parts. Okay, into two type of motion. First one is uniform, second one is non-uniform. Now you can understand from the term uniform means which is pretty balanced, which is regular. Another non-uniform stands for something irregular, no unbalanced, something like that. So how can we explain this uniform motion? So whenever an object or a body is moving with an equal distance in equal interval of time. Now, just now we have said that based on the time and distance, we are separating these two type of motions. Okay, so based on what? Distance and time. Alright, so here we go, the first one, that is uniform motion. Now when an object, what we have already written, see, an object or a body when it is moving with an equal in distance in equal interval of time. Now what do we mean by this kind of terms like equal interval of time, equal distance? Now take some example. Okay, say this is a road. Okay, and a person is standing here. Say this is a person. Alright, this person will go toward this direction without any change in the direction. Okay, so here this is 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, 5 meter. So what are these? These are the distances. Distance. Now this person starts moving. Okay. Now what is the time interval? How long he is taking? So he started moving from 0 meter. Okay. 0 meter, and for reaching 1 meter he took 1 second of time. Now once he reached 1 meter, then he headed for 2 meter. Once again he took 1 second. Similarly, he took 1 second for each of the meters he crossed. Alright, so how we can say that there is a uniformity? You can understand by this that what are the distances? Change in the distance. Let's make a column of distance and time. Now, when the person started moving from 0 to 1, okay, so how much distance he have covered first? 2, 1, 0 to 1 when he moved, he went 1 meter in 1 second. Once again from 1 meter to 2 meter, he went 1 meter interval in 1 second. Once again similarly from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, for every meter he crossed, he took 1 second interval of time. Okay, so you can see that there is a uniformity in this motion. As 1 meter is crossed in 1 second, similarly. Okay, so here this is what we were talking about, the uniform motion. And in the uniform motion, there will be no change in the direction. Okay, so here you can see that there will be no change in direction. Alright, see, this person was moving in this direction only. Got it? Now, after this, we are going to know about the non-uniform motion. Now, from this name, you can understand that this is the exactly opposite to the uniform motion. So, how can we define this? When an object moves with an equal distance in unequal interval of time, or this is a condition of non-uniform motion. Once again, there can be another condition. What is that? Unequal distance in equal interval of time, or if the object changes its direction, then we can say that that object or a body is undergoing a non-uniform motion. Now, how we can explain these three conditions? These conditions, first one is, look at this, equal distance in unequal interval of time. Alright, so once again, let's take another example. Here the person is standing. He will start moving. Okay, here he starts from 0 meter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so this person will travel equal distance. So he will start from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. In what? For reaching 1 meter, he took say 1 second. Now, once he reached 1 meter, he took 2 seconds for reaching 2 meter. Now, from 2 meter to 3 meter, he once again took 1 second. Similarly, this is how, say, from 3 meter to 4 meter, he took 0.5 second. Okay, so you can understand that there is no uniformity in the time. So, the distance here, the distance and time lapse becomes different. No uniformity, no balance is there. So, if the distance from 0 to 1 meter gives 1 meter, the time taken was 1 second. Now, from 1 to 2, he took 2 seconds. From 2 to 3, 1 meter once again, he took 0.5 seconds. So, you can see when you are watching this time panel, you can see there is no uniformity. Okay, now coming to the second condition, unequal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, so here the person starts moving from 0, then he started from 0, then he went first in 1 second, he went, let the time be fixed. Okay, now this time panel will be fixed. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Okay, now this person started moving from 0. In 1 second, he moved to 1 meter. Now from 1 meter, he moved till 3 meters. So, 2 meter he traveled in 1 second. Once again, then he from 3 meter, he traveled 4 meter. So, 1 meter once again. So, you can see that Here the time panel was constant, but the motion or distance panel becomes variable and non-uniform. So from there we can understand that the distance is unequal while the time interval of time becomes equal. Now if that object changes its direction suddenly, suppose it was moving in a straight line, then it suddenly changes its position, or if the object is moving in a circular path, that object or the body is constantly changing its position. That is how we can say that body is moving in a non-uniform motion. Now after the types of motion, if we are talking about speed, so what are the speed? Now if a body is moving, now how we are going to measure it? We have to measure it by some parameters, right? So we have already said that we measure any body that is moving in the respect to what? The distance and time. So this is how we find the speed. So what is the relation of a speed with the distance and time? We can say that what is a speed? Speed is the distance traveled by an object in unit time. Okay, now how can we write this also? We can write that distance by time. Okay, so the formula of speed is distance by time. Okay, and here the S stands for the speed. Now what are the units of it? If we are going to measure them, we have to measure them by using some of the physical quantities. So what is the unit? First, SI unit, we know that is meter per second. And for the cases of larger distances, we use kilometer per hour. Alright. Now, for the uniform motion, when a body is moving in a uniform motion, what will be the variation in their distance and time? So here we can say that for a body which is undergoing a uniform motion, so here the speed will be constant, because when a body is moving under a uniform motion, the distance and the time will be what? Uniform, and the direction will not be changed. So here no change in the direction and the speed will be constant. Now exactly the opposite will be followed in the non-uniform motion, right? Where the speed will be non-constant and or variable, we can say, and the direction also can be changed, can change. Okay, this is not mandatory that the direction have to be changed, but it can change because it is also a condition for the non-uniform motion. Now once we are going to convert, we need to convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second and vice versa. How we are going to change them or interchange them? There is a small calculation we need to know. How we can convert a kilometer per hour into meter per second, and exactly the opposite. Now you can understand that 1 kilometer per hour means 1 kilometer divided by 1 hour, right? Now let's convert this kilometer into meter. So 1 kilometer we know that is 1000 meter. Divide this by 1 hour equals to 60 into 60 second. So here we go 60 into 60 second. Now we are going to cancel out the zeros from the numerator and denominator. What we are going to get here? 2 5s are 10, 2 3s are 6. Okay, now let's multiply it flatly. 5 by 6 3s are 18. So whenever we need to convert a kilometer per hour into meter per second, we are going to multiply that number with 5 by 18, okay, to convert it into meter per second. Okay, so this is a shortcut method. Now, when we are given with any kind of value of meter per second and we need to convert it into kilometer per hour, exactly you have to follow the inverse of this fraction, where yes, 18 by 5 you have to multiply that value of the meter per second with 18 by 5 kilometer to take it into kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is a shortcut method. Now after that, coming to the average speed. Now how we can say our average speed? Whenever we are talking about any value that is average, we are talking more than one values, right? So if our body is moving in a long road, so if it is starting from 0 meter, then 1, 2, say here goes 10 meter, 20, and on and on. Okay, so how we are going to take? We are going to take all of the distance it has traveled. So average speed is total distance divided by total time, the time they have taken for traveling this much of total distance, total time. Okay, so how we can explain this? Average speed is equals to, this is the total distance covered by an object is divided by total time taken to cover that distance. Okay, so here total distance by total time taken. Okay, so this is how we find the average speed of a object has traveled. So this is it for this class, and in our next class we are going to understand some of the numericals, how to do with it related to the motion and speed. So thank you for watching.